This is John Donnelly. We are doing something very important today. We have completed our burning. We may have some very minor burning after this. We're sifting through the remaining bone and charcoal left from this fire and taking the ashes and shaking them into paper bags. We have requested that the Temple Institute help us with some containers of some kind so that these ashes can be stored hopefully for many, many centuries to come. Christ may not be here for another 1,000 years. On the other hand, he could be here tomorrow. Either way, we want to be prepared so that future generations will have these ashes available to them. Even a very microscopic amount added to a large amount of water is sufficient. There is no ratio, there is no commandment regarding how much is to be put in, so obviously it can be used quite sparingly, and even literally a single molecule of this material would at least be in compliance with the commandment. So anyway, we're hoping to glean obviously as much of the ashes as we can, and at the same time preserve them. So what we're doing, if you want to walk over to us, I'll show you. I just had to take a bath and wash my clothes at evening because anyone touching these ashes, that is essentially what they
Well, John, feel free to narrate while I get a little closer to look.
Okay, that is our sifting basket, and you'll see the large particles in there. That is the bone material, which is frequently left from you know, a fire burn, like you would burn any kind of meat on a grill. You often have bones left over. So those can also be burned and be turned into further ashes, which we are intending to do. But in any event, we want to be as careful as possible and use as much of it as possible as we can, and make potentially as much of that available to as interested parties over time.
And John, can you remind the people who are viewing these videos, why are these ashes important to them, or to the temple?
Yes. Well, these ashes are very important because the what we call the Torah, or the Old Testament law, actually decides that they are in fact important. We don't know all of the scientific reasoning behind it, but there's enough scientific reasoning in that document to make all other documents of the time look like a piece of rubbish, including the Code of Hammurabi, or whatever his name was, and all these other documents that were very early documents, codified sets of law that did not stand the test of time. The biblical law has stood.
So this offering has even coexisted across different religions.
Yes, it
Amazing.
has existed since time immemorial. The last time it was done was 15 to 16 AD, so it has been 2,000 years. But one of the end time prophecies, just before the Ezekiel temple, is that he would sprinkle them with